I'm Clint Turner, and this is the I Sure Hope Jimmy Fallon Doesn't Take My Job talk show. We have a very special guest with us tonight, and I say she's special because it's not often you find an American teenage girl infatuated with an American author. And the author we're talking about today is Joseph Heller, author of Catch-22. It's a beautiful book. I love it. So we're going to go ahead and cut straight to the point, and she's made a lovely video for Mr. Heller. So let's watch that.
Hey Joseph, Quinn Vo here from Temperamental, North Texas, inviting you to my senior prom on April 27th, 2013. Wait, hear me out. You had me at the Texan. You're the yin to my yang. Now Joseph, don't get me wrong, we have our commonalities. I like good books, you write good books. You like fine dining, I like fine dining. So Joseph, I guess what I'm trying to say is, will you go to prom with me?
Alright, that was interesting. Let's go ahead and meet the woman of the hour, Miss Quinn Vo. You look amazing, right? Sit down, you. Ooh, yeah. I can't believe my eyes either. She's so gorgeous. Okay, so, Miss Vo, that rhymed. What is it you like so much about Mr. Heller?
Oh, well, I don't know really. I feel like he's very passionate about his writing. I feel like he really knows what he's talking about because he went through it himself, right? Did you know he was the U.S. bombardier in World War II?
Wow. Give it up for American troops. Raise the roof. Yes. Yes. It's very touching. Okay.
So it really inspired him to write about the contradictions in bureaucratic operations and reasoning. So an example of this in the book includes
that is just a touching quote. So what did you find so intriguing about the book?
Well, I feel like it really showed Heller's anti-war and anti-bureaucratic portrayals, and that, did you know that it was supposed to be directed towards the Cold War and not World War II, in which Heller was in?
I did not know that. Okay, so that must have been really controversial.
Yeah, you bet it was.
I mean, Americans are usually pro-war and pro-government.
Right, but to get over that, Heller used a comedic style, and he used non-traditional storytelling, and he didn't like traditional storytelling because it was very black and white. It's very real or not real. There's such a big distinction, and he didn't like that. And so he developed a style that told the story not in chronological order, and it juxtaposed some events with others, and this emphasized those events and highlighted them. And it also showed the interconnected relationships between them. And this was very well suited for the absurdities of life and bureaucracy that Heller was trying to portray. Are you okay?
Ooh. That's disgusting.
Okay. Well, to continue, Heller you get, with Heller, as the story goes on, you get a better visual of the timeline because of the repetition of crucial moments, like when Snowden died.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, this, in spite of these serious events like his death, Heller also used that comedic tone that I mentioned earlier to contrast with those events, and it's also used to alleviate some of the tension built up during the course of the war in the book.
Fantastic. So, in your opinion, which of the characters of this novel conveyed the story's message in the best fashion?
Well, I really gotta go with Colonel Cathcart because thank you.
You're hot.
This shouldn't be on camera.
That's okay. She's hot.
It's
nothing. Okay. So, proceed.
And so, what's your question again?
My question for you was, in your opinion, which of the characters conveyed the story's message in the best fashion?
Oh, right. So, I think it's really got to be Colonel Cathcart because he really exemplifies the contradictions of that the leaders in power make, because he's the source of conflict in the story by continually raising the number of missions that the men have to go through, and that really forces them to resort to, crafty little measures to remain safe and out of combat.
Okay. Any other characters?
Oh, right. Well, I think Yossarian's a really important one because he's the main character of the story, and he's also the one that the narrator provides the most insight on. He drives the story through his personality, and he's the person that the audience is supposed to connect to. And Heller, I think he uses Yossarian to portray himself. He really connects with Yossarian, and he uses him to portray his anti-war perspective.
Okay.
Oh, right. In contrast to Yossarian is Hungry Joe.
Hungry. I could use a little food myself.
Oh, we're starving. So he's the sex-craved maniac that's also really crazy about war. He contrasts with Yossarian in that way, and he's always eager to receive a new mission, and it shows what bureaucracy would lead to, which is madness, and it shows the negative side of it.
All right, welcome back. I just got my American citizenship, so I'm going to talk like you now. Okay, so before we get back to this interview right now, we're going to show you our lovely anti-Jimmy Fallon house band, and they'll be performing War by Edwin Starr. Enjoy.
Listen to me.
cut off.
Perfectly timed.
Okay, so I guess the next thing I wanted to ask you was, come here. You want to go to prom with Mr. Heller, correct?
Right. I very much so. Mr. Heller, if you're there,
Don't embarrass yourself. You do know he's dead, right?
well, that doesn't mean he can't go to prom with me.
Miss Vo, do you know what a catch-22 is? It says right here, a catch-22 is a situation in which a desired outcome or solution is impossible to attain because of a set of inherently illogical rules or conditions. It's kind of a vicious circle.
So, what you're saying is he can't go to prom with me?
I would assume if he's 6 feet underground at this moment, he's probably completely decayed. I'm just going to go ahead and assume that no, he cannot go to prom with you.
But I asked him to go with me.
If you asked him to go with you, you can probably take his bones and maybe some rotted flesh. I don't care. I don't want to lose my job because of you.
To Jimmy Fallon.
To Jimmy Fallon.
Okay, I'm sorry.
How do you lose your job to Jimmy Fallon?
I guess I'll just believe.